Okay, it's been a while, but I'm going to show you how to do something with Dan today. Or, well, I did it the other day, finally, but definitely how the manual can be misleading, maybe if you overthink it, underthink it, whatever. So what you see here is when you put the distributor in, it says very carefully to align the mating mark line on the distributor with the matching punch mark on the distributor drive gear. There, see? Yes, then install the distributor on the cylinder head, aligning the mating mark, so on. Now the question is, when you align this, do you put it in like that and then allow it to turn so that when it's assembled, these two marks don't line up? Or do you put it in, turning it so that when you slide it in, those two marks would line up? Now, I sort of thought, as did licensed mechanics, that was the assembled position, that you would put it in so that when it was like that, it was assembled. And it started running, did. I mean, we took videos. People saw that. But I was not happy with the way it ran. Idling was out of control. I could not do anything with the carburetor. Timing seemed to be at about 40 to 45 degrees advanced, which just seemed ridiculous. And various other problems. Which I found when I actually left town and went for more than a mile out of town. No power on hills, so on and so forth. Just not... I tried locking out the mechanical advance. I took the MSD out, which you can see is sitting there on the bench now. Thank you very much. Gonna reinstall all that foolishness here at some point, but not today. And I tried everything. And when you unhook the vacuum advance, the motor would actually speed up, which seemed strange. I mean, yes, I plugged off the vacuum line. I realized vacuum line will make it speed up, but that was not the case. Turns out, you install it lined up like that and then allow it to turn. That is the pre-installed position, not the post-installed position. So after trying a few other things, some things being, you've got a high compression engine, that's just the way they operate, which, is definitely not wrong sometimes. But yeah, I decided there had to be more to this. So in desperation, I took off pulled the distributor out partway, turned it one notch and slid it back in. And yes, dramatic improvements. While I'm out here, we'll have a little look. Sign's right in my eye, so of course I can't see what's on the screen, so I presume I'm pointing at the car. But we've installed some nice tires. Blue letter, but they will be white letters. 60 series, 215 60s in the front, 245 60s in the back. Look at those meats. And when you launch it around 3,000 RPM, she will spin that wheel. I think might be able to launch in second gear, actually. She does need some sanding and body work. There's no doubt about that. But she's looking more like a hot rod now. Those great big wheels. They really they make a statement. They do. But the other nice thing about it is that now I can start it and shut it off and start it, shut it off numerous times, multiple times in a row. And start straight back up. Not the chug-a-chug and not the kicking back, none of those things. We're having a little problem with our shifter, as you can see. Some of the wood filler fell off and stuff, but these things happen. So we'll see what happens now. We haven't set the carburetor or anything. We set up for idling once it's warmed up. So we've got to adjust the choke and adjust the high idle, of course. But she starts and runs quite nicely. I imagine she'll stall here if I let off altogether. But just like that. She'll even idle. If she was warmed up, she'd idle a little better, or if I had the high idle cam, of course, on the choke. But she does idle. And we can shut it off. And then we can start her back back up again. Never did before. And the power increase is immense. You wouldn't believe the difference in the power. So, there's things to do, of course. Now we'll eventually put the MSD back in, the timing control, so we can maybe even give it more timing. Although I don't think we'll be giving too much more timing, but I'm not sure we'll even put the MSD in, to tell you the truth. We may just sell all that because it seems to work good without it, and now I don't have to worry about my tank. But yeah, she's back in action. It seems to be running about 10 degrees advanced rate at the moment. Was a little bright out here the other day. The oil pan does seem to be leaking a little bit of oil, as expected, so I tightened that back up. Side cover as well, I tightened that up. Not sure if that will fix that or not. Hopefully, because it's a pain in the butt to actually see what you're doing, taking that side cover off where the balance shaft used to be. But hey, if it leaks a little bit of oil, that just means the oil stays cleaner longer, right? But yeah, so we've made it drivable now, startable, runnable. All the things that we were told that didn't want to mess around with something because you would make it not runnable. Well, in this case, we have taken 40 thou off the head and off the block, bringing the compression ratio up according to all the numbers to about 12:1. We put a stage 2 cam in it, bigger carburetor on it, really opened up the intake manifold. We took a bunch of about 30 to 40 pounds of rotating mass off, put in solid motor mounts. So yeah, there's a touch of vibration at different times, but nothing serious. And with tires that are substantially wider, over 2 inches wider actually than the original tires, and it has no problem breaking those free, where originally it would barely make the stock tires chirp. So I can drive it around town. I can drive it in my driveway and out of my driveway and let it idle, go get groceries, or go for a cross-country tour. It's no less drivable now than it was before. Only the enjoyment factor has gone up significantly. So I guess if you don't like enjoying if you want a daily driver that you don't, get a real kick out of driving, or think that you've already got a big enough kick out of, person doesn't want to be too happy, then yeah, don't mess with it. But if you take your time and get some good advice and ignore some bad advice, then you can have more fun with your daily driver and still have a daily driver. And it won't be ruined, as some people seem to think it would be. Okay. So, here we're going to try going to the car wash. Why not? The car full of holes, hard top, shrunken rubber seals, and all the rest of it. Let's go to the car wash in our car that's, it's not so much fun to drive around, according to some people, now that I've ruined it by modifying it. Okay, we're going to put our code in here to begin with. Neutral, what do we got? 88520. 88520. Just saying. Okay, apparently you like that. Well, we better put our window up. We've come with towels. Okay. There we go. Water on the bottom here. We'll be all right now with it. Okay, turn off the windshield wipers. Here comes the rain. We're still idling, see? Engine's still running. Nice low RPM with that lumpy feel. All right. Oh, it's getting ready to go, or what's happening? But she's gonna go here in a minute. Uh-oh. Here, hold the camera. Okay. Yep. Get up there. With the towel. Oh! Little squirt from behind. Okay. Your turn, babe. Okay, you want to go back a little bit? It'll squirt you from behind. Just go. That'll make better video. You're gonna do the wet t-shirt contest, babe. Oh, you got front. You gotta follow it. You gotta follow the water around. That's the trick. You gotta follow the water around. Okay. Now what's it gonna do here? Let's see here. What's it thinking? It's coming over my way? Okay, here, grab it. Show you. All right, we're coming around this side with the soap now. The soap's not high pressure. So we're not too bad on that. But I think it's gonna be high pressure again.
Yeah.
And you gotta be careful not to hit any buttons or anything. I think it's coming my way. Help, save me. It might be soapy. It doesn't sound high pressure. No, I thought high pressure. It's all right. Hey, oh, we're fine. What could go wrong? Okay. Even though we're in the mighty car wash, notice how the engine is still running. Don't worry about the oil pressure gauge. It's not overly accurate. No worries there, babe. We're just getting soap now.
No worries, yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay. Well, very important, people, to make sure the leaks are always on the passenger side. You don't want them to interfere with the driver. Uh-oh. Oh, it's going your way. Or is it? No, it's going to come my way. It just tried to... A Dodge Challenger with a Hemi. No steam. That would be from, all the water going up against the hot radiator. But, yeah, she's a pretty fine looking automobile. Except for the patches of paint falling off, small holes, various things like that. But, yeah, I think what we have there is pretty good looking vehicle. Well, just coming back into town after, I'll go 200-kilometer round trip. And it's our job keeping her slowed down. What's the run up around 75, 80 mile an hour all the time. Light on the pedal as possible. Anyways, 200-kilometer round trip on it, like I say. Car wash, as you can see, which was a lot of fun. Enjoyed immensely by the passenger. Test pilot there, she really enjoyed the car wash. And wants to do it again as soon as possible. But we're going to slow down and swing into the local gas bar and grab some fruit flavored Mentos. I'm feeling some fruit flavored Mentos. Shift down here and cruise into town in this well, I think wonderfully handling car. A lot of fun to drive. Good for all occasions, Well, unless you're trying to be extra quiet, then it might not be good for that occasion. What's the fun of being extra quiet in your on run? So, cruise in here now. Around second gear, no problem at all. We'll pull up here, maybe let it idle for a second. Shut her off, start her again, you never know. What I feel like doing. Looks like the throttle linkage might be sticking just a touch, so we might have to look at that. Yeah, she idles down. Sitting here nicely now. You can see where the temperature gauge is sitting. Yes, I know the oil pressure gauge is sitting low. Ignore that. I agree. I mean, what's the worst that's going to happen? No oil pressure. Engine blows up. And this is over with. But for now, we're fine. So, going in to grab something. I think, got pictures of the outside of it and so on. We had a little bit of an oil leak, but of course the bolts in the oil pan were all a little bit loose, which is to be expected with, well, you got the oil pan and then a cork gasket and then a steel plate for the crank scraper, and then silicone, and so it's not surprising that all came loose a little bit and probably have to be tightened down several times over the next little while. But we're going to shut her off here right now, and because that's the nice thing about this, is that it'll start back up again. And, other than that, we had some problems with the distributor. We messed around, didn't get any videos, that kind of stuff, because it was sort of depressing and really bothersome. But we were worried maybe we didn't have a good enough connection to the starter, so we rerouted the wires. I've got 0 gauge wire now for battery cables, and we put the battery back up front. We got rid of the MSD. That didn't seem to make any difference, and just couldn't figure it out. But I figured there had to be something wrong with the timing. It was, with the timing light, it looked like it was about 40 degrees advanced, and that just didn't seem right. So the other day, I took the cover off, took the distributor cap off, and just loosened the distributor up enough to back it out, and turn it one tooth, put it back in, and what a difference! All right, she's back, so we're gonna let her get in here, and then we'll fire it back up and drive it home. I don't know if we got the firing up or not, but yep, sits right there, no problem at all. Very touchy camera, very touchy phone. It automatically dials itself sometimes. You breathe on it wrong, it decides to do things.